Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Denise.
Danette.
We are coming to you with another episode of our Double Trouble videos. It's been a while since we have done these. And I know that y'all probably noticed that our videoing has slowed down just a little bit.
Yeah, because
You want to tell them why?
the farm has been really crazy lately.
Right.
We told y'all about our sicknesses through the holidays, through Christmas and New Year's, how the farm had been hit with RSV, COVID, flu, all that. And we had almost every man down. Some survived and didn't have to deal with the sicknesses, but majority of us got hit with those viruses, and we had to deal with that. We brought Mom home from the hospital for one night.
It was the Friday night before the New Year's Eve weekend.
Yeah.
And she stayed one night at her house.
Yeah.
And had a episode that terrified her. And so
she came to Danette's house.
she came to our house.
And the plan was for her to stay until she felt comfortable enough to go back home. But here we are, 3 weeks later. Today is the 24th. So, and she's still not ready to go home. So she has made the decision that she thinks she wants to stay with Danette permanently right now. And so we have been moving furniture and rearranging
3 different houses so far.
To help get her comfortable. Danette wanted to make sure that she had everything possible here that would make her feel like she was at home. And all. And she has been the happiest
We've seen her in a year.
And she looks great. Now she's still weak. She is still struggling with breathing, and her back's been bothering her and all, but gosh, that big old house, she was...
Right. Well, I was just going to say, for those of you who don't know, years ago she was diagnosed with pulmonary fibrosis, but I think they've recently discovered, because that's been 14 years ago.
6 years ago.
How many years, Mom?
26 years ago.
26 years ago.
No, 14.
No, man, yeah, you were 61.
I was 60.
I'm fixing to tell her.
16 years old.
I'm telling her age. Anyway, 16 years ago, she was diagnosed. We thought she had pulmonary fibrosis. She went through a bunch of testing, and so she outlived the transplant list thing, and she just remained stable. So then they started thinking maybe it's not that. And I think just this last week they decided that she probably has interstitial lung disease, which was brought on by rheumatoid arthritis.
Which she never tested positive for all these years.
Right.
She was always borderline, but with rheumatoid arthritis you have to have all of these little factors, numbers that are elevated, plus the symptoms of rheumatoid arthritis. And she never had all of those at one time when she was tested until, it's been 2 years now almost, because I've been home. It started right after I got home from working a full-time job, so I've been home almost 2 years. It's hard to believe.
I know, isn't that crazy?
And it started then, so it would be 23, 22, 21 probably, when she got diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, because she had everything, all the factors lined up, the numbers and the symptoms. She was asymptomatic, so then, therefore, now she has rheumatoid arthritis.
And she was already not driving. She did make that decision, I think, and so we were taking her everywhere. And so we talked to her about it. I think her biggest burden, if I misspeak, Mom's here, if I misspeak, was she didn't want to be a burden to us. And so, of course, Stumpy and I had to reassure her that she's not a burden. We actually feel more comfortable with her here, because then we're not wondering why is she not answering her phone, or
you can go on the camera and see she's sitting in the recliner, but her phone is off.
or it's going off right beside her.
Yeah, and she don't hear it.
And she doesn't hear it. So anyway, so we brought her here, and so that process is still ongoing. So we're going to do our best to keep getting you videos out there and updates. We're still we'll talk about our garden here in just a little bit.
We're working on Meemaw's place still. We'll have another video coming up soon.
Right.
on
Right.
the updates on that, which
Right.
it's coming along.
Right, and I'll show you the picture of the front, but you can't see the inside yet, right?
No, not yet.
But that progress is still going on. But Jason and Lauren are in the process of selling their home, and we did a video on renovating their home years ago. And I'll try to link something there, or maybe we did a post. I can't remember if it was a video or not. But oh, it was hanging insulation on their house. It was. So but they're in the process of selling their home. And so what they're going to do is they're going to move into Mom's home and rent it until they can find them some property,
Right.
to make their own homestead on. And so so when we get done moving all these houses here, then once Jason and them sell their homes, then we have to help them there. But they'll be on the back side of the farm where Mom was living, and for however long it takes them. They're looking to stay only 3 years there and hopefully have a place. But, you know, we know that the Lord has our plans laid out for us, right?
Yeah, the plans can change.
And so, anyway, that's where we've been.
It's very busy.
I wish I could show you all the bruises. There's been injuries, yes.
Yeah.
And, so, yes. Mom almost, she did tear her toenail off, bless her heart. But I doctored her up. And we're using homeopathic medicines on it, and it's working very good. But she is the happiest she's ever been.
She is. Are you, Mama?
She is.
You got to say yes, because the camera.
Yes.
And so she will stay with us, and we're okay with that. Stumpy is spoiling her rotten. And he loves the fact that he has a partner to sit down and watch YouTube videos with every evening. Because if you know me, I don't sit still until it's time to go to bed. And so her mother said last night, she said, you definitely don't get that after me. Come sit down.
I know.
And I said, I can't sit down. I got to get this done. And anyway, that's what we've been doing.
That's where we're at.
I'm not even going to show you the rest of the house because we've got stuff, garage sale sections set off, and we're still unpacking stuff, and then we got to go finish her house. And so that'll be several weekends of that.
Yeah. So we're going to do our best to keep videos going, but understand that this is a very busy time for us, and it is crazy. But we wanted to give you some updates on
All of our animals.
all of our animals on the farm and our garden, where it's at. So the first things first was
the rabbits,
Danette.
and they're multiplying.
They are multiplying. I think it's about time for Stumpy too.
It is. It is time for him to do some more processing of the rabbits. But again, with everything, trying to help, he has been really trying to help Eric finish some stuff over there.
Yeah.
And so we're kind of dividing and conquering, right? But you know, as you can see the pictures there, we've got an abundance of rabbits that are ready to be butchered. You know, we come away from the silver fox rabbits. We weren't pleased with the way that they were producing. And
They were with New Zealand's.
I think these are New Zealand whites. And they've done very well for us, and we're pleased with them.
So we'll be showing you some pictures throughout this video of
We made
rabbits.
one mistake during the freeze. One night we left the waters out there during one of those hard freezes, and it was a nightmare. But we always take an opportunity to, you know, in the middle of something to make right. I was able to clean out all the rabbit waters and get them cleaned while those thawed in. I just did bleach water and got them clean, but never fail. We didn't forget anymore to bring them in.
Yeah.
And so we brought those in every night. And all. And so this morning while we were out feeding, we got them fed and taken care of, and then we had to move over to the pigs.
Yeah, Mr. Squiggly is in with all of the younger piglets. They're pretty full grown now, pretty much. They're probably about 150 or so pounds, right? If not a little more than that. But you know, he's there, and Mrs. Squiggs is in her own pen. But she is in heat.
She's ready to be
bred.
Yes. And so, and one thing that we noticed out there in that pen was they were rooting deeper. And where we had the water sitting in the corner, we had it sit on the outside.
It worked for Squiggly.
It did. And he could reach the nipples and get water. But these smaller pigs, what the guys realized was they were getting electrocuted by the electric fence. And so they refused to drink from it. And so what we did
This morning,
I was still in my PJs. It was going to be a simple trip out to feed the animals and then back in to quickly do this video. And we said
and I
no.
already showered and was ready to go for the day.
Yeah, we knew, Denise knew that it was time to take care of that water. And so we had to empty it and move it. We moved it to another corner and bungee corded it, but inside the pen where they won't get electrocuted. And we've already...
Guess what? We've already noticed the babies on them.
So which is a blessing because we don't need them to dig any more holes. The rats and mice dig plenty, don't they?
No, one just about ran up my pant leg.
Right. And
yes! A mouse.
Yeah, there were several of them. But you know, around those pens, they just build their own little burrows, a little hole. And then, of course, you've been seeing the videos of our new babies, Esther and Coco. Denise did try milking them.
I have tried this week. Okay, so they're a little over a week old. Okay?
Yeah.
Not quite 2 weeks. Not even, I don't know if they're 2 weeks yet. They might be close. And I tried milking them recently. And Esther gave me milk, but she's never been milked before. She's never been on the stanchion before, so that was a fight. And she's full-fledged Nubian, so it was a lot to get her up there. So I just got to keep working with her.
Yeah.
And I did get in a pint jar about that much milk, and about that much more was all over the stanchion. So I'll have to take the bucket for her because her teats are small.
Yeah.
And it squirts everywhere.
And you know, you've seen Denise use a milking machine before, but I think hers died, and so we've got.
It hasn't really. Well, it did die. The charger, the cord just finally gave way. But I'm enjoying milking by hand too. So I can do that for now.
Yeah.
But
so we're in the process of training her, and hopefully in a couple of weeks we'll be getting some more goat milk, which are very exciting. We've had somebody reach out to us wanting to buy some. She wanted to try some goat soap.
Yeah. Now.
A new recipe. So
now Coco wouldn't give me any milk. She didn't drop any for me, and I
she
think
said
they
it's
still
too soon.
Yeah, it was too soon. I think they still had some colostrum.
Okay.
And so I usually wait about 4 weeks, but I'm being impatient because I'm ready for some more goat milk.
Right.
But they're doing great. Now, my other doe that I have is Karen, and she is
close to be dropping.
Yeah, I think her 145th day is February 8th. So
in the next couple weeks.
So in another week or so, I'll be putting her up in the stall by herself, feeding her out, and getting her ready. She is huge. So
and we don't know when the cows are gonna drop or when October grapes will be in milk because we noticed. Okay, we noticed she had some mucus. And we started researching because we were like, if she was pregnant, it was too early for her to be dropping a calf. And so when we started researching on that, we realized that she was probably just in a heat because we had taken her calf off. And I guess our cows, for the most part, I guess when we started researching that if they continue milking, it can delay their heat. And so we knew she wasn't pregnant, so she could be pregnant now. So we'll count 10 months from now. So and then and y'all saw the video on where we took Cleopatra and Cleo.
So now we have
Well, we took Cleo and she was not pregnant. We thought she was.
We thought she was,
but she was not pregnant. So now we have Mean Girl and Curiosity. They're still nursing, so the chances of them being pregnant. But so we're looking at probably a while before we have cow milk. So I'm very thankful for the goat milk.
We do have three cows. We have 2 steers and a female.
Right, and 2 of them are dairy Angus mixtures, and one's a purebred. They were raising in the back behind
They're in the grow out pen, and we started them this month on feeding them their protein grain and stuff and corn to bulk them up. They are finally up to 2 buckets a day, which we're wanting to get them to be. I think we were doing 3 buckets on the last set, but get them up. They're doing great. They're doing wonderful, and we have the 2 babies that are in with their mamas. That once we process or harvest these steers, then we can put those in there. And
I want to make mention too, because many people have been concerned about Izzy's leg, the twin goat. Back to the goats.
Oh,
she's doing.
I think she had a stinger from birth. Is probably what it was. A little nerve.
She's doing great,
stinger.
and we do appreciate all the recommendations to help her.
I'm
got
just
a
going
lot.
to tell
Thank
you,
y'all.
she's the sweetest.
She is.
She has the sweetest personality. Now, I try to go out and pick every one of them up and love on them so they're used to me handling them and not being so scared.
Yeah.
The two bucklings, John Boy and Benny. Benny is probably the most loving out of the boys, but John Boy's a little skittish, but he still laid into my rubbing today when I loved on him. And Mary Ellen, the Nubian doeling, she is getting a little bit better with me holding her and loving on her, and I try to do that. And but yeah, Lizzie is doing great. She's doing wonderful. She is.
I say Easy or Lizzie?
You said Izzy, I think.
Okay, well, let me show you why I said Easy. Because there's a new dog on the hill.
They've probably seen her already.
Well, in previous videos. Look right here. This is Mom's baby,
Isabella.
Isabella.
We call her Izzy.
Izzy.
Or Brat.
Or Pissant.
Or...
Can't call her Brat no more.
Why?
Well, I
No,
can't.
it's horrible.
I love her. I've loved her. But she's staying with us now, and so she's learning how to be a dog again. Say hello, Izzy. Say hello. Hello, hello. So she's precious.
Okay. So the goats and the cows are great. We are feeding them out through the winter time, keeping them fed. The cows are not enjoying the hay bales that we're getting right now because they've got a lot of brush. Sagebrush is what Jace called it.
I think that's, yeah.
Orange feathery stuff that grows up.
Yes.
They're not enjoying that much, so
We got to find some new hay.
we probably got to find some new hay.
Well, we're going to get on our plots and get them worked on and get them built up.
We got a whole plot up there of mustards that we could feed them.
Right.
But
Anyway.
our bucks though, in our buck pen, you know,
Uh-huh.
I've got Jerry, who's my weather, Keebler, my Nigerian dwarf, and then Zebulon, my Nubian. Now Zebulon was the father of all of these new babies born. He bred Esther and he bred Coco, so I have many Nubians, you know, now. And so I'm hoping that process there will help create more milk for us. Now, do I want Keebler to breed Coco again and give me some more Nigerian dwarfs? That's a decision we got to make.
That's right. That's
So,
right.
but the goats are great. Goats are great.
Oh, and did you see Jessica's video on April and December? So y'all, you know, we took April to a new home, and she calved after that in the rain. But I did share a video on I think it was on our Facebook page of that Jessica had made. But Jessica's getting over a gallon of milk a day from April. So
Way
April's.
to go, Jessica. I'm so proud of
I
you.
am, and I'm so proud of
fresh meal. It's so bad.
I'm so proud of April and all, because I did have a little bit of concern because she hadn't been milked in so long, how she would be, but she's done very well.
Good.
And I'm able to keep up with her, so that's great. So, did we cover all the animals?
Cows.
We
Chickens.
we still have Breeze. I still have my Silkies. We still have the ducks. So we have two more Breeze hens in with the Silkies that we're gonna blend
Transition
into
the,
the and then we
in-house.
have some roosters we can butcher.
Yeah. Now we did have some issues with maybe some type of varmint
Trying to
trying
get
to get into the cage, so we're going to have to
We're keeping a close eye.
keep a close eye on that and fix that so they
Situation,
don't
we'll take care of
all the animals are doing great.
Right. It's getting time for us to get our plot ready for our potatoes. In a few
Yeah.
weeks,
Valentine's Day.
we do need to get the tarp out.
Yep.
And tarp. Maybe this weekend or maybe Friday. I don't know. We'll see.
So what do we have in the garden today?
Garden carrots are just about. We could probably go out there and
Listen, I pulled some yesterday.
They have been the guests. I took some to work the other day, and those people were like, "Oh my gosh!" And they were just chomping on them, crunch, 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 crunch. They
I fed
enjoyed.
some of my goats today and they loved them.
They had the homegrown carrots are so much better. Wouldn't you say, Mama? They
Yeah.
are. I eat them like potato chips. I prefer them over potato chips. And so we have thoroughly enjoyed those. Thank you, Haas
Thoroughly.
Tools, for those good carrots.
Yeah,
And I'll try to put the name of what kind of carrots we got planted. I can never remember. I always have to go back and reference them. But
We got a video of us putting the seeds in the ground, so
Now, right.
we can reference that video so you can watch it. Me and Eric did that.
yeah, we lost our lettuce, some of our lettuce, and as you can see in the
Really cool.
pictures, the freeze got them. We thought we lost our celery. It's come back. Our
Swiss chard.
Swiss chard, yeah, you know,
I have picked a couple kohlrabi bulbs and made a kohlrabi soup, which was off
Off the chain.
Off the chain. And I did pick some yesterday to saute.
I can't wait
but I
for you to do
didn't
that.
get it in the meal last night, so maybe tomorrow night we can saute that. Some onions, maybe I can do a video on how that's going to turn out.
Absolutely, that'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Our Brussels sprouts, I
I know a lazy Travis, that lazy dog. He was picking some, and they were way big, but ours are still small.
They are still small. Maybe we need to throw some fertilizer to them. We'll see.
I don't know. They need
We'll
to
see.
fill
We'll
out
ask
some.
the guys. Cabbage is coming along. It's not where we want it to be, but we're gonna keep it. Let it continue to grow.
Onions are good.
Onions survive the cold
Mustards and stuff like that.
and all that. What else? I was looking. It looks like we talked about all the animals, and the raised beds and all that.
Yeah, we do have the lemon tree that we purchased.
Tell them about that. What happened to that? We put that in the.
We put it in the greenhouse, and it's blooming. And I haven't checked it in the last few days.
Last week, I think it was last week, Jace took some of that Agrothrive organic fertilizer and poured it in there, a gallon of it in there. So, guys, we'll probably have lemons.
Our satsuma trees didn't do this year, so maybe we can go throw some Agrothrive on it, and maybe this next year they'll do. I don't know if they have an on and off year.
Yeah.
Do you know, Ma, on satsumas? Do they have an on
Well,
and off
they
year?
always make some, but
Never none. This year they didn't make any.
But I think the cold got them last year.
Yeah.
That little one, last year was the first time it really made a lot.
Yeah.
And then our biggest one, half of it got killed.
Yeah. Well.
And it's
So we haven't made any satsuma jelly this year, and I'm kind of sad about that.
We're hoping our figs will produce this year, fig bush trees that we got, and our fruit trees that we have. We did have someone gift us with a frame of is it a 10 by 10 greenhouse?
Yes.
And so they gifted us. Now it doesn't have any siding or anything on it, so hopefully.
But it has the water line still in it. It has
water
a
line,
fan
in it, a door, windows, and stuff like that. So hopefully
we'll be able to have it.
we're going to get a video for you of us putting some siding on it and getting that together, and then we'll have us a bigger greenhouse to work with. We really need to do that before we start making. That probably needs to be one of our next projects over the next week or two before we get ready to start doing seeds. So we have a space.
So
for
as you can see, we have a lot going on. A lot going on, and we've joked, and the mom's right here. We have joked about Perry Hill turning into what, Denise?
A geriatric ward. It truly is. But you know what?
Well,
God calls us to be servants of widows and orphans, and
that's right.
you know, Eric's sister never got married. She never had never had a husband, so she's my age and got multiple sclerosis, and Mary is a widow times 2. Mom's a widow, so we're just fulfilling our biblical duty that God calls us to do. Is it easy? No. It ain't easy. It's hard because you battle your flesh non-stop because you're tired, you're exhausted, and you just want some peace and quiet. And there's never peace and quiet. No.
But I tell you what, Scripture says, there is at my house.
Mama's laughing over here, but is there peace and quiet here?
It is. It's very nice in the evening times. There is Scripture. Let me back up. When my parents were caretakers of my grandmother, they said, we would never do this to you. And me and Denise quickly said, there's Scripture. There's Scripture that says that we are to take care of our families. And if we don't, then we're like the lost. And so, as hard as it is, and it's, I hate to say hard. I don't like that word.
I haven't been hard.
No, you haven't. No, you're very easy.
And my mother-in-law and sister-in-law are not really hard. There are hard days because with multiple sclerosis, Kim has days where she's strong and days where she's weak. She fell and broke her hand 2 weeks after she moved in because she didn't call us when she was getting off the potty. She broke her hand. We had to have surgery. We're recuperating on that. And now we're dealing with, she doesn't want to use it. So, I mean, there's frustrating things. My mother-in-law is such a blessing. She's so wonderful. She will do anything I ask her to do. It's just, you know.
No one house is big enough
for 2 families.
But
God is blessing, and we have moments where we get to talk, and share and
It's
pray
drawing us
together.
closer.
And we do what we have to do. And
Right.
so, of course, me, Ma, and Kim will be moving to their barn when that's done, and we're hoping in the next 4 or 6 weeks that should happen.
That's a tidy.
Yeah, we're hoping that should happen.
timeline.
We're about to call the cavalry in.
Oh,
We're about to call the cavalry in.
not the Calvary.
Yes.
So
And so, because now it's time to get everything
get moving.
get it all together.
That's right.
So, what a blessing it is. It is tough, I won't lie, but we're gonna make it, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
So, for 2024, what we got planned coming up in April, we want to remind you. Keepers of the Old Ways. Yes.
Landmark Park here in Dothan.
Here in Dothan.
Find them on Facebook.
Find them on Facebook. It's an event where we're going to be teaching some classes on butchering chickens, pigs, and rabbits. The guys will do that. And there's several other classes on foraging, canning, fermenting. And there's going to be some other YouTubers there that I'm sure that you enjoy watching. Come spend the weekend with us. We usually have a Friday night shindig out here
For the YouTubers.
It's
not open to everybody.
No,
Couldn't house everybody.
no, we couldn't house everybody.
But for the YouTubers that are in town, we like
We'll have a video
host.
on that, I'm sure.
host feeding them.
Right.
Just to get to know them more.
We're the ones that are teaching the classes and stuff like that. Yeah. Excellent event that you can learn so much. And we are still hearing comments about the classes that people took there. So please, April 12th and 13th, order your tickets online and sign up for your classes and come see us, and you can learn so much.
At a beautiful park here in Dothan.
It is a very vintage, historic park. Also, we will be doing, not all of us, but some of us,
YouTubers meet and greet in
YouTubers
in Alabama.
at Pedals from the Pass again, and the very next weekend, I think it's April 20th. I think it's that weekend. And then we'll also do a fall one in September. So we got those two big events. And we kind of talked about how we're going to do our farmers markets this year. We might have to pull back on those right now until we get everybody situated.
We do have a lot of people that are requesting products, so it's kind of hard for that. But it is a decision we may have to make to not make quite so much. But
Right.
we'll cross that bridge on another day.
But on a farm, conversations are always ongoing. And that's the thing about us. We try to meet often and discuss where we need to change and what we need to do, and what we're going to plant, and which we haven't with you and Eric sat down, the necessities of what we want to. We definitely know we want potatoes. And then we're going to try tomato. Did we say? I think the guys might have said we might plant tomatoes for us, but not enough to do salsa.
I don't know. We never can plan enough to do salsa.
Never, I don't think so either.
Ugh.
But anyway, that's an update. That's a big update. That's a lot of
I
update.
feel like we talked really, really fast.
I know.
But
Because we got to go off to our other.
our other job. We
Our other
could go
job.
Wednesday night for our church. So
Right.
try to bless our members there. So
Yep.
we're going to head there and get that done. And be looking for new videos coming soon. We hope. For you, thank you for being patient. Thank you for commenting. All the comments are just great and wonderful to read.
Yeah.
All the time.
And remember, our affiliates, and I'll just give a plug to them, the Agrothrive, Forjars, and Grubterra. Please, guys, use our discount codes,
Which we have them in the description.
Right.
You can catch those discount codes
Right.
for those products.
You not only help those businesses, but you help us as well. We like the thumbs up here, and we love the comments. That also helps here. And share our videos. Please, share our videos.
And anything that you would like to see from us, please
Comment below.
Comment below and let us know. We will try to accommodate those videos also.
Right.
But thank you guys for watching. And as Stumpy always says, Danette, your baby says,
A simple life is a much more enjoyable life.
God bless you. Have a great day.
God bless you.